Hey Rebels, we are back to answer another commonly asked question, and this week's question is, do you use anything to protect yourself? A prayer, a cross, etc. I have seen people say a prayer or bring a cross and on occasion bring holy water to a location. I have never felt the need to protect myself, but I also don't see how we're supposed to protect ourselves from something we don't fully understand and we can't prove beyond a doubt even exists. For those reasons, I feel, how would we know for sure what would work for protection? I feel at this point, it's a person following their own personal beliefs by looking to things or objects that they've put their faith into for protection. And there's no shame in that. Personally, I'm not a religious person. Zero offense meant for those who are, but for me, a cross or a prayer or holy water isn't gonna hold as much weight for me as it might for you. And based on what I said earlier, we don't even fully understand what we're dealing with. So how would I even know what would truly work when it comes to protecting myself? That's my take. But I have heard others explain why they don't use anything to protect themselves. And one explanation that always made sense to me from their viewpoint was made by Grant Wilson. Grant did grow up with a religious background, and he always would say he doesn't like using things for protection because that one time you go to a location and you forget to say that prayer or you forget to bring your cross, you're basically leaving yourself feeling mentally and emotionally weak because you forgot to do or bring that thing. Again, he's been in the paranormal world a hell of a lot longer than me, and we both come from very different religious or spiritual backgrounds. But I can totally understand his take on this. I think this really comes down to the person. I don't personally feel that I need something for protection, but the next person might. Do whatever you feel is right for you. How about you, Dustin? Are any of your bracelets a Spirit Be Gone 500? Or do you just wear them for a little sparkle?
Well, television's Kris Williams. Go easy on my fancy bracelets and all my things. I am a boy that likes a little bit of flair, a little pop of color and stuff, you know. Especially in a paranormal field where everyone's always in black. You need a little something to make you stand out. I don't put a lot of faith in talismans and such, okay? Just like Mr. Wilson had said. The idea of like a lucky rabbit's foot or a cross or a pendant or a piece of quartz wrapped in copper, whatever it might be, it's an object. And although we may be able to use our energy to charge an object, and depending on what your beliefs and stuff are, I don't believe that object alone should ever have power to protect you or keep you strong. Faith comes from within. And although our backgrounds are a little different, I was raised in a religious home and then went my own way. I was very much just trying to find my path, and I studied Buddhism and Taoism, and I looked into many of the world religions before coming back to Christianity as my spiritual home. But if you know me, you've heard me say it a million times, I believe that it's like Hallmark. You know, there's one big parent company, and then there's divisions like Shoebox and Mahogany and Just How I Feel. All those other little divisions of the cards underneath Hallmark are the different divisions of religions underneath one powerful god or goddess, however you want to perceive them. For me, the path is through Christ, but for you, it may be through somebody else. But as long as we're looking at love and kindness and looking for better things, loftier ideas, I feel like we're all on the same team. But when it comes to protection, outside of, contraceptives and things like that, when it comes to protection within the paranormal field, I feel that it's very important for you to work in what's right for you. Don't adapt something because somebody else tells you to do it, because it's like a magic feather. You know, at some point, if you're holding on to an object and you're trying to charge it with things, if you lose that object, then that's gone, right? If you don't have faith inside, if you don't actually honestly believe in something, you haven't put in the work, you haven't spiritually tried to grow and to nourish your soul with spiritual milk, if you're just saying, I believe it because somebody else told me to say I believe it, well, it's a nice sentiment, but the roots of your faith are not very strong, and therefore will probably get withered and knocked over very easily. So I think that it is important to have some type of spirituality for ourselves. Not so much just go into paranormal investigations, by the way, just like in life. Like you try to go to Walmart, people are miserable, everyone's angry, I don't know what the hell's going on in the world, people are fighting everywhere you go. So I just need enough money to shop at Target. I used to think it's a little bit better, maybe it's falling off now, but I feel like you don't need just protection in going into a paranormal experience or to a haunted location, but just in your day-to-day life. I think it's important to carry yourself in a positive way with a solid belief structure and to keep yourself well physically and mentally and spiritually and emotionally. And I know a lot of times people say, oh, well, I don't believe that, positive vibes and good thoughts or thoughts and prayers mean anything. And maybe they don't mean anything to you, and that's okay. You're entitled to believe or not believe, whatever the heck you want. That's the beauty of it all. Just be respectful and thoughtful, Maybe there's some little old grandma somewhere in a trailer in Mississippi, and when she sees a tornado level a bunch of homes for people she doesn't know in Texas, and she says, oh, I'm going to pray for them. We don't need people saying, oh, prayer doesn't work and giving the lady a hard time. She's doing all she can. And this is interesting. There is some plausibility to the theory that thoughts are not ethereal, but they do have some sort of substance and mass because they are energy, and energy that we are encoding in thought and sending out. And so there's the idea that positive thoughts, prayers, these things work because there is some type of mass and source of energy to them, and therefore it can cause for change within the world. And I feel that there's something to this, and I've used this example before. Recently, right, we had 2020 and we had COVID and everything going on. And what did we do? Especially in the early stages. We sat in the house, we watched the TV, we had the death counter in the bottom on the news. Yay, what the hell are we doing? And we're just telling people all the time, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. Don't go outside. People are dying, be afraid. And people are constantly thinking about this stuff. Millions upon millions upon millions of people worldwide staring at the same information, thinking the same thing, and we're wondering why it's not getting any better. We're all putting out those same negative thoughts. We're all thinking about the same outcome. And I feel that we could take that energy, harness it, and use it in a positive way and make that a more positive outcome as well. Now, whether you want to call that prayer, or whether you want to call that positive thoughts, positive vibes, feelings, good juju, whatever it is you want to call it, it's the same stuff, my friends. It's just belief, and the power of belief is very strong. I go into a haunted location, I don't have to do any extra prayers or anything else because I'm already in a good place spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, and physically. And so I'm not worried about anything causing me any troubles. I also think that when you worry about stuff, it's like that opposites attract thing, Think about your energy again. Think about the vibration that you're putting out there. You're pushing against something that you can't see, and now you're attracting it to push back. So I don't even worry about the damn stuff. I know I'm good, and I'm going to be good because, damn it, that's the way it should be. It's not always easy, but belief helps. Find what you want to believe in. It doesn't have to be what I believe in, but believe in something. Nothing else. Believe in Bigfoot, Mothman, and yourself. Always in yourself and Mothman. Anyway, that's our video for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to chatting with you again. Drop some notes down in the comments if you've got any rituals or things that you like to do. And again, if you like to do it, continue to do it. You can do whatever you like. We don't all have to sing from the same hymnal, and you know what? It's better that we don't, because we need variety. We need variety. So, hey, drop those comments below. Let us know what you like to do, if you do anything at all. And, have yourself a merry little Christmas and a great little day.